Boom, boom, boom. What's good, folks? Your boy Fonzie Neutron back once again with it. Tapped in about that music group, and as you can see on the screen, Phalos Angeles, aka Floss Mode, the Don Floss Mode Boss Mode. We definitely want to send a birthday shout out and salute to Floss, who's celebrating his birthday today. We also have him joining us on the line exclusively for some more hip hop conversation and cultural analysis. What's good with you, Floss, man?
Oh man, just chilling, maxing. Everything is good. You know what I mean? On my born day, uh, I turned 50 today. You know what I'm saying? It feels real good. I don't feel 50. I've just been on my exercise and just just counting my blessings and all that. Back, good to be back on the show. You know what I mean? It's all good. What's good? What's good, family?
Yeah, no doubt, man. We definitely want to congratulate you for another, what do they say, rotation around the Sunday, call it. So definitely, as you said, you don't look 50. Well, they say black men don't crack. They can't tell
Unless
you.
you're smoking it. That's what they say. They say black don't crack unless you're smoking it. That's what they say.
So definitely salute, man. And it's kind of interesting even to take that number 50. Last year we saw 50 years of hip hop celebrated. So we're still celebrating, obviously, continually celebrating for hip hop and the culture. Yesterday, it was the anniversary of the death of Craig Mack, a hip hop legend. So we definitely want to say rest in peace to Craig Mack.
Yeah,
Condolences
rest in
to his
peace, my
family,
brother.
friends, fans. 6 years ago, he passed away. So, he was actually 47 years old when he passed away, too. So, 3 years shy of making it to the Big 5-0.
Yeah, rest in peace to that brother. I remember seeing that video on him, and the look on his face, and just that look on his face, like he didn't seen something. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, he had got real dark and he got sick, and he said that people, I guess he didn't want to name Diddy, but basically he was talking about Diddy, and they was talking about him doing a new record or else, and they didn't want to pay him and all that type of shit. I was like, damn, that's terrible. People leaving this earth on that. So peace to rest in peace to Craig Mack, man. Real talk.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think I seen that clip, and it was kind of harrowing in the aspects of showing like some of the darker aspects of the music industry where everybody thinks, hey, it's so fun, you get to make these albums and party and releases and listening parties and all that sort of
Mm.
stuff. But this was actually a human being who was, going through stuff, whatever it was, and it's more having to fulfill maybe an obligation of something that you're not particularly in the frame of mind or spirit to do. If it's the right clip, I think I remember sort of getting that sentiment from it.
Yeah, this is coming from a man that his last days really being on this earth, that he was speaking and having God and it's coming out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I paid attention to it, of not really knowing it. But I do know what goes on behind behind closed doors in these scenes and these doors. But I just chose not to go down it. That's all.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I mean, you mentioned just closed doors. One of the things that we seen came up this week. Let me see, I can put it up on the screen. There's been a lot of talk within the hip hop community in regards to Diddy parties. It's kind of become a running joke somewhat now in one aspect. But added, I guess, to the online soiree has been Meat Mill with his name be brought up not only in implication of some form from a guy who I made some allegations towards Diddy and his camp. But Meek Mill, his people have said he's not been making himself look very good on social media by some of the stuff that he's posted. And one of his posts was, "I want to get citizenship in Ghana. Pardon me, American made to tear black men down if you don't follow orders." And that was responded to by Doggy Diamonds, who said, "You frolic with rich old white men. So who exactly is giving the orders? Matter of fact, who made the orders you have to follow? I wish I could give you some essential reading to give you clarity." So, some people said, ouch, it was quite scorching. Was there need for Doggy to cook him like that? Or, was it justified for Meat Mill for just kind of being a bit
I'm
of a.
not justifying nothing with no man on man action. First of all, number one, for those who are into that, hey, that's y'all. But what I'm saying is, when you do go other places, other countries, they don't treat black men like how they treat black men in our own country. If these four out lands and these third world countries and these four out lands, if their money systems, if their money systems was better, like to send money to people, or you know what I mean, to go back and forth, if they shit was more on the money with it, that more people would be out there. But we so spoiled by being in the States, you feel what I'm saying? To where we could just that shit. They have it out there like that too, but not like America. You know what I mean? And so, and somewhat, and at the same time, it's like we, as black men and black people, sometimes we like used to the abuse. Some real shit. Like we used to the abuse and scared to go other places. You know what I'm saying? Like to unfamiliar places. So, um, and plus, like I said, it's hard to send money, and then people be scheming. It's a lot of ways they scheme and take your money, and American money is worth more, so people is charging you more when you go over there. They charging you more than they normally would charge, and all the shenanigans and bullshit. But still in all, we can't. I know I can't. I'll go over to go visit, but I'm not about to be over there like that. Like,
Well, I mean, it's interesting you say that. I mean, slightly off topic, but it coincides. I did come across quite a few, dare I say, studies, but it weren't really completely studies, but it was people sharing news stories of recent events over the years of people from mainly America going to Africa in certain places and being robbed or set up and killed and stuff like that. And they were saying a lot of times those people, they're telling the stories and saying, they had this they just wanted to go out there and show love and so on and so forth. And people killed them over like $1,000 or something like that, something that would be construed as minuscule. So I think, as you said, there can be a danger when somebody is probably trying to make a distinction to highlight one place more better than another and say, oh well, I'm not
right.
gonna have any problems if I go here, because there can be
I'm like,
problems.
see that's happening in Africa. I'm like, you could be just right over here in Inglewood or Brooklyn somewhere, and
Yeah,
this same shit could happen to you. You know what I'm saying? So, they
yeah,
talk about
no,
go out there to Africa, go see Africa, which I am inquisitive to see Africa, but at the same time, like, I'm not about to go out there and go get robbed. I could go right up the street and get robbed if that's the case.
yeah, no, for real. I mean, what do you think? On the north of Africa, there was a guy who I can't. I'd be bereft to actually think of his name, but he was somebody from out there, and he responded to a statement from Kanye West saying he was not African but an Indian, and the guy was saying, take a blood test and you'll see how Punjabi Indian you are, and he was saying, Kanye is like a danger to people from Africa with that mindset. I mean, we do hear a lot of times people like FBAs in America, they say, well, we was foundational Black Americans, some say the original natives, because there were other people there prior to Columbus and all that story that they told. So what
Hmm.
do you have any thoughts on that, like, or that concept where you got some people that
I do.
do
I
say
do
that
have some thoughts on
Kanye
that.
had the original Indians,
I'm Indian. I'm have more Indian in me than I have African American and black, but I am black when it comes down to it. And and what the real word is that, let me tell you what the real word is that true Africans don't love us. Africans don't like us. That's what the real word of me growing up and what I've seen. Real Africans don't love us. You know what I'm saying? They figure like we lazy, we this, we that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why a lot of people are not trying to gravitate and go over there, even though some people go and they say they have a good time and they do show love and all that, but then they do have that dark side too. So where they'll catch you slipping. So where and I'm scared of they gangs out there. The gangs in the States ain't nothing compared to the gangs they got out there. They walking around with hyenas and shit.
yeah, nah, I hear you, man. It's one of those ones just for a perspective, and obviously, like you said, we know nothing is perfect or anywhere and stuff. Slightly on a different note, another person we gotta pay tribute to was Boss Man, Boss, the Boss Lady, man. Another heavy loss, huge pioneer for hip hop, first female signed to Def Jam. When we think of, even just where rap's at now, where a lot of people give
Hmm.
criticism towards the females and say they don't have that. that music that the guys can listen to.
Let me tell you
This
something.
Boss
Growing
could.
up,
Okay, go ahead.
growing up, Boss was me being in LA. Boss was a straight up G. You didn't really see too many girls like her. First of all, Boss was if a girl was into the a stud or whatever, them girls that the girls that like them girls, she was like their fantasy. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it all the way 100. Like she was a stud's fantasy. Um, it wasn't too many women like Boss. Boss, all I can remember is from Boss is that one line, I don't really wanna be. Come on, man. She hard, man. Rest in peace to the sister. She the type, but she'll flip on you and think you think that she into the women, you know what I'm saying? But she really into the men, really on some real shit. You know what I mean? Uh, she was definitely one of a kind out of MC Light, out of Queen Latifah, out of all of them. You know what I mean? I give props to all of the females in rap, but she was different than the rest of them. Like she was some straight up G shit. Like dudes get around her and shit, and they be trying to get into they male shit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? She was a straight up G.
yeah, she definitely, like I was saying, just there's very few, not say G female MCs, but that really give you that same kind of G vibe that you would have got from like the Mans and them at that time, especially and I could only really think Boss and Bloody Mary.
Oh man, Bloody Mary out of Inglewood. But like they'll have the girls, the female rappers, they'll have like they still be on some street shit like an Eve and you know what I'm saying, and all the rest of them, all the rest of the female rappers that's on that hood shit. But what you do see is them fluctuate every blue moon or more than every blue moon. They'll be into some dressings and some
Feminine.
heels and to show the men that they not just on some rough shit. You ain't never seen Boss in no skirt, no mini skirt, no heels, no pumps. Maybe a pump, a 12 gauge pump, but not no heels and no pumps. Real talk. Like the brat is hard, but even her, somebody listen, Brad, you want to sell some records, get off that shit with the braids and all that, get your hair done, you know what I mean? Go through and it surprised everybody. But you couldn't do that with Boss. You just had to like her as she was. Like she wasn't that type. She wasn't that type that was the girly type. Like, listen, I'm about to go knock this liquor store off, baby. Get him, baby. Hold him. You know what I'm saying? She was the type that you can take with you. Like, hold these niggas down real quick while I go. You know, can you the getaway driver? You know what I mean? The nigga got the gun on you and she turned and he not even expecting her. She come out fire on him, knock the gun out his hand. You know what I mean? This is Boss, G. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to her, man. The Carhartt and all that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? When no girls wearing no Carhartt. Who was wearing some Carhartt?
And they say she was discovered by DJ Quick, right?
I don't know. I've never heard that. I knew that. I think she was from Detroit. That's what I heard. But I thought she was from LA. Like for real, like all the chicas, the Spanish girls, they all wanted to be Boss too. They like, who is that? Like you hug her and you feeling weapons and shit like when you hug Boss. Like real talk.
Nah, definitely a real one, man. She definitely gonna be sadly missed, and I hope that her legacy will be spoken about a lot more within hip hop, especially for her accomplishments, being a pioneer, opening the doors, for just female MCs, especially as you said, coming from a hard aspect as well, just not faltering, still being able to shake and strike fear in the hearts of the male MCs as well. So, we definitely salute.
All right, real talk. Like you had niggas shook. You wasn't all that playing around and hey, all that shit playing around with Boss. It was none of that. What's up? That's what's happening. No, that's how you had to come. Like,
Yeah, I got a couple of topics that we had to come up in a week. We had Master P being called out over bad financial advice from Susie Orman. We had Benzino and Eminem rap beef, just the backlash going on between them and implications within hip hop. And different black Americans weighing in on the Israel Gaza war situation, namely D.R. Hughley more recently. He felt as though DJ Khaled has been too silent. I feel we spoke about this before actually one time with
yeah, we did.
I
Right. He
believe
ain't
what
saying
we
shit.
spoke about it was DJ Vlad. It was Vlad that was calling him out for the same thing.
All he worrying about is the new Jordans and the new shoes that's coming out and cupcakes and all
Yeah,
that
this
type of another one and all. That's all he worried about. He ain't saying nothing about it because he know that it's a chance that he go out there and say something and go out there and he'll be under the scope and then they'll fuck around and be like, I got the new rap group. We are the bomb and all that shit. We want you to produce it or else and all that shit. So he not trying to step into nothing.
well, I
You know
think
what I
that's
mean?
why he was criticized by Hughley because DR felt as though the same thing. He had presented the stuff online where he had those guys carrying him and didn't want to mess up his sneakers and now there's a big issue happening with the nation of people that he's from and his side. I mean, there may
But
be
see,
other
but
reasons. I'm
DL
not
need to
saying,
shut up. I'm gonna tell you why DL need to
yeah,
shut up is because he needs to be quiet because if you ask any of those people from over there, of the Gaza Strip and all that type of shit, you ask any of them, does black people have anything to do with the reason why you are upset? They'll be like, absolutely not. We love the black man. We feel bad about the fact that the people do black people the way that they do. The only time black people will die within any type of terrorist attack or anything like that is they around some white people. That's it. You feel what I'm talking about? Because they war is not against us. You feel what I'm saying? They feel sorry for us. The fact of DJ Khaled, that is his people. I would say something, but maybe he's like, listen, I know what the hell I'm doing. I know what
well,
the
I was like, yeah, people forget he from out there, so maybe he knows. Like, I think when people say that, they have an expectancy of them to
he like, listen, I know what the hell I'm doing. I'm worrying about my shoes and the music. That's what I'm worried about. Another one.
yeah, they I think they expected to take a side, but it's like maybe
Right.
he actually knows more that in terms of what's happening
He
out there.
looking at Maybachs, new shoes, big mansions on this side. Me say something about this shit going on this side. Boom! You never know what the hell is gonna go on.
Yeah, but if he could lose a big if he could lose a big portion of his Arab or Palestinian Muslim fan base as well, if he
I love the Arabs. I love the Arabs. I love all that. I love all that out there because on some real shit, like my boy Mutar, he be out there, and so I see the love that he gets. It ain't no fake shit either. Like there ain't no fake shit. They on some real shit. But we just don't know it because we not out there. I'm gonna go out there. He be asking me to come out there. I'm gonna go out there because I want to see the difference. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we used to the abuse and so controlled, and they have us controlled. You know what I mean? Through social security numbers and all these type of things. It's like they have us controlled and under the scope of everything that we're doing. Um, we kind of somewhat free, but you try to get too goddamn free, that's when they're gonna shut your shit down. And so it's like a shocker to go to another place, to another far out land where people are not treating you like that. It is a shell shocker. But like I said, I got love for anybody that got love for peace and equality amongst everybody. And everybody has a shot, no matter what color or creed that you are, no matter where you come from. Everybody gets a shot. You know what I'm saying? Why not? Who are these people to control your life? You only get one, and it's getting shorter and shorter.
and
You
man,
feel
that's
me?
how it should be, man. That's why it's such a shame we see some of the horrors and atrocities and like terrorism and things all over the world. Like,
Blowing up kids and
yeah, there'll be peace for more people, or for all beings on earth, not one particular group. It's something that humanity desperately needs. But yeah, sadly, we're seeing it come at a tough price. Like, even I guess to take feedback locally because it coincides because sometimes when we think of entertainment, a lot of people look at like music, sports, all this sort of stuff as a distraction as opposed to something that's actually giving people a level of knowledge and like insight. Recently, Saigon took to his social media and he kind of called out Puffy and said, you know, this Negro Puffy flipped hip hop culture into all about worshiping nothing but money. That's why I'm kind of glad they got him up out of here. Go look at the content in hip hop music before all about the Benjamin sound came out, and then he also says creativity mattered. I mean, what do you think of this? I mean, you think Saigon got a point to stand out with this?
of course he does. Of course he does, because the niggas is from New York. And I was about to say too, like I'll be back and forth to NYC a lot, in my life, traveling and going back and forth to Long Island and all that shit in Queens and Brooklyn. And so like when I seen Saigon on TV, he remind me of the New York niggas. He remind me of the authentic NYC niggas when you go out there. Yo, everything is gonna be good. Everybody's on some. So he has his own opinion. Yeah, you know, they've been around Puff. I'm sure they've been around and seen some shit. You know, but we do need the money in order to have the engine to keep this rap engine going. But how sometimes people just idolize money and worship and idolize money so much, man, to where you know they can just use their power for the wrong things. They can still do good things, but they choose to do the bad things. You know what I'm saying? To get into places that they can't never could get into, or buying people, or creating situations of things that could never happen through money. You feel me? That's why I say it could be done with good things or it could be done with evil. You know what I'm saying? So Puff not all bad. I just think that you know his ego. When I seen him and I've been around him, first time I ever seen Puffy was at the Mace. We're back, we're back, we're back. That video, I was at that video up in the hills and shit. And that nigga Puffy he was arrogant, hella arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody really say how you gonna be until you get the money in your hand. You know what I mean? Like arrogance, you have to be around some people that respect you, that got money too, that you respect, or wherever they don't have to have no money, but somebody that you respect that can tell you to your face, like, nigga, you out here bugging. I'm gonna tell you what you're doing, and not because of the fact that they want something from you. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't give a goddamn if they got some money from you. They just gonna tell you that word. Like I don't know who you think he is, but you know what I'm saying? Somebody that you respect, and that's how that goes. You keep people around you that you respect, that knew who you were before you knew who you were. That'll check your ass, and it's nothing you can do about it. No matter how big your ego is, you want to say something, but you say something to these people, your family you gonna be out the family. You know what I'm saying? What is it? All this shit with all this money and all this. If you don't have family and have people that's in your life, you feel what I'm saying? It's very lonely. Even with a bunch of money, it's very lonely. You know what I mean? So,
no doubt, man. I mean, talk about respecting and checking before we kind of wind down on this one. You know, one of the things that's been quite explosive in the rap game has been the backwards and forwards with Benzino and Eminem. Now, there was something I was thinking about the other day. Was like, you know, when we're looking at hip hop and we're looking at the culture, and just the whole conversation. It's quite interesting because we did this deep dive on the About That Online channel, so you guys could check that out. And it was inundated with stands in the comments, which I thought was quite funny, you know, because we don't necessarily get them as such on, you know, our other content. So they were wilding out, which was one thing. They weren't necessarily, you know, reading into what the content was actually about. And you know, some of them was out there and saying to me, "Oh, you're making it a race issue," and I was like, "I'm not making it a race issue." They said, "Oh, if Eminem was white, you wouldn't be saying wasn't white, you wouldn't be saying that." And I'm like, "Well, duh, that's the conversation, not because we made it that way. That's just what's happening." But I said, I think they're missing the point that it doesn't have anything to do with skin color, but it's to do with mindset and mentality. What we were talking about, principalities of mind. Now, anyway, fast forward with this. My I was thinking there, and I thought there's one major thing which I think Eminem could have did, which would have been, you know, a huge coup for him within the black community. Would have gave him, you know, a lot more kudos and props. Not to say he doesn't have some with some people already, but off the back of the negativity from the racist tapes and the stuff that was going on, and we want to look at him like, you know, he is a huge advocate for the culture. So I was sitting there, I was thinking, when he signed 50 Cent, now I know a lot of people might say, oh, this is crazy because 50 Cent and Ja Rule had such extensive issues. But I feel if anybody could have did it and got them to squash the beef, it could have been Eminem. And I feel if Eminem would have presented to 50 Cent and said, listen, you know, you guys don't have to be friends or anything. You ain't got to be, but, you know, we're going to do this deal. You got your direction where we're going to be going with you, blah, 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 blah. You know, for the culture, to save some lives in the communities and stuff, you know, just piece that out. But instead, Eminem, he kind of gaslighted 50 Cent and jumped on the whole bandwagon with it. So I was thinking about, if Eminem did that one thing, it would have been such a huge thing where we would have looked at him and said, you know what, that was huge, you know, an extra huge thing. Because,
what is rap without beef? What is rap? That's what rap is about. That's what rap came from. Was the competitive of okay, so what, nigga?
No,
All right,
that
as
wasn't
long as
their
somebody's
beef.
not dying from it.
Their beef got was it was past it wasn't just lyrical beef. Come on, man. Look what happened with Black Child, all these guys.
Right, right, right.
But
But that happens. What I'm saying is, long as nobody is dying and getting shot for real and dying from it, little scuffles. This is street shit. You talking about street shit, street motherfuckers. So street shit
yeah,
will
but
happen.
yeah, I mean, I personally think that would have been a major coup for him if you did it. I mean, you don't see that. I think it would have been. If,
No, I
imagine
do
if you would
see
have.
it, but at the same time, what I
Imagine if
do
they
see
would have.
is what I do see is the fact of, oh, it took a white boy for two major motherfuckers to stop fighting. That's what people is really looking at, and so that's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah,
Instead of saying like it would be
I would have.
monumental,
Yeah,
it'd be monumental because a white boy got two black people to stop fighting.
yeah, but that's what
Just
I'm saying.
saying,
It's not about skin color. It's not about skin color. It's about
it is
mindset. That's
about
what I'm
skin
saying.
color. It
If
is
he
about skin
showed that
color.
mind,
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. A reason why I give Eminem his props is not the fact of how dope of a rapper he is. It was like the fact of you can rap and do all of that and not say nigga one time, even though his old shit. Okay, that's his old shit. But I'm saying of today, you know how hard it is to. I'm a rapper. You know how hard it is to be rapping and not say nigga in your rhyme. You know how hard that is. So the fact of he has mastered the
bro.
fact of him
Like you
rapping and
be,
not saying nigga in his shit. You feel me? And that's what that's the
like
big
you
point, the
be,
big part of it. Now about Benzino, Benzino,
you ever
Benzino
see
is
that?
Benzino. Benzino is Benzino, but I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you something. His daughter, his daughter needs to be ashamed. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if it
you
wasn't for Benzino to give her and show her a piece of that life, so what? He didn't have it now. It's not about how much money you have. It's can you maintain it? How long can you hold on to it and stretch it?
yeah,
So Benzino is not perfect, and for his daughter to say some of the things that she is saying is terrible. I don't care. He's still the Dawn. That's still the person that shows you about this shit. I don't care if her record is doing good or not. Still, and I'm not disrespecting her. She's her own person, but still,
yeah.
that's her
I
father.
mean, we did speak about that prior when they had their backlashes. I do personally feel that his emotions on the Drink Champs interview was more so to do with just stuff with his daughter and his family. He was just, then kind of went off into a bit of a
He human.
stupor
He human.
at
Shout
the
out
same time. Of
to Ray
course,
Benzino though. Shout out to Benzino though,
yeah,
man. Shout out to him.
Ray definitely always show love, man. But I mean, like my whole thing with as I said, I just do think that would have been because I look at things like if M would have did that, there wouldn't have been none of this extra talk would have been able to say because nobody wouldn't be able to say, okay, he's just out for himself. That would have been a major coup that, yeah, of course he signed black artists and stuff like that as well, but that would have
I
been
don't.
something,
I mean, I understand where you're coming from, and that's
you
something
know,
that's like how you sound, and it sounds like you're being optimistic about it, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. You would hope that
yeah,
motherfuckers can
I
squash
said
to it.
I'm definitely being optimistic because, like I said, we know that things. Some people will be like, "Oh, I don't get into speculation. Oh, they tried to kill 50 Cent, blah 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 blah. He wouldn't stop it. He wouldn't, But we like to be kind of. I just personally think if anybody could have got him to probably sit down and have some kind of,
Basically, when somebody say that, when you say that, just basically saying like the money stopped it. Basically, because how is it looking? Two motherfuckers that's black fighting, all of a sudden here comes the white boy, the saving white hope to stop it all. If M would, of course he can do it because it's the money behind it. But if he didn't have that money, that white boy couldn't stop that shit.
yeah. Nah, I think it's the respect
Keep it
that
real.
I think it's the respect 50's got for Eminem because if Jimmy
The money
Iovine,
make you respect the motherfucker. It's niggas that rap better than Eminem. The money, and he's the only white boy in this shit that's that's come to that level to where even the top rappers that's black is tilting their head off to him because at the same time you still trying to get in this. It's about the game. The white boy can rap, but at the same
I
time,
mean,
it's the money behind it, boy. It's the money behind it and the respect of it.
yeah, no, I hear that from that aspect. You're right. You definitely right. I mean, ultimately that's what we do. Even just while I like even just the beauty of what we can do with the internet and these shows now, just this cultural analysis and breaking down different aspects of the
Because
culture.
Ja Rule and 50 Cent's fighting, and Eminem ain't who he is, and he's trying to step in the middle and try to stop it, he gonna fuck around and get punched the shot.
Yeah, if it kicked off like that, man. But we want to say,
But shout out to Eminem though. Shout out to Eminem though.
yeah, shout out to C Murder, who his birthday was the other day. So prayers up to C. We're hoping that 2024 be some good
They
news
need
for
to
you.
let C Murder out. What they gaining for having C Murder locked up? What are they gaining?
Not a damn thing, just and they know it wasn't his charge, but unfortunately,
We got Master P brother, but it's like you going to the zoo and you seeing all the leopards and lions and different gorillas and shit. Yeah, we got there go a C Murder over there and
don't
all
even
that
say
shit.
that. I seen it. It's funny you said. I ain't even gonna say nothing because I ain't trying to start nothing. But I seen a picture of somebody the other day, and they was there at the on a visit. But that was the sentiment I got from the picture. Is like they were there. I ain't even gonna say too much, but it was what you just described. I pretty much saw that in the picture.
Let's keep it real, man. You know what I'm saying? What are they gaining for having C Murder locked up like that? They just doing it because he needs to get out. He wants to get out. And if it was them, they be begging they sucker ass to get out too. I don't understand why they, it's all kind of crimes. And if they was worried about reparations more than locking people up, and why C Murder's locked up, what are they gaining from that?
Yeah, they dead set on reparations.
They need to go sit down somewhere. That's what they need to go do, because the fact that they, C Murder, okay, I don't know what the case is. I don't know if he did it or not. I don't give a fuck if he did it or not. I'm just gonna keep it real. I don't care if he did it or not.
Yeah,
Still and all, let him out.
Man, he and that's the thing. He didn't even do it. They actually had, if people really were to look through the case, they've had people come forward.
I don't think he did it. I don't think he did it. But other people are saying he did. And guess what? So what? Let him out. He didn't pay this. He didn't pay them. He didn't did enough time. You know what I'm saying? He didn't did enough time. What are they gaining from it?
Out there, they can do it as they want in that state.
You know who can get him out though? Even I don't care if his name is C Murder. I don't care if his name is C Murder. So what? He's seen some murder. Just like we all done seen some murder. You know who can get him out though? Donald Trump. Donald Trump can get him out.
Nah, Trump couldn't even get Trump couldn't even pardon him because it's state charges, not federal.
My thing is this: Trump pardoned a friend of mine. My homeboy Corvée. Corvée is the only person.
When Trump did all those last pardons, that C was one of the only ones who couldn't get out because Louisiana now they run their own ish. So
that's the president, homie. Then he can get whoever he want to get out if he wants to, state or federal or not. That's the president.
It just show you how messed up the system is, though. Because
he can stop people funding out there, and then everybody will fall into line. Yeah, there's something going on.
I know what he's saying. In theory, he could, but it would be a fight that he ain't gonna take on for just
because his name is C Murder. That don't mean that's what the band is. He's more than that. But the fact of it is, it's like I was saying, Trump had got one of my homeboys out. He was the only person I knew that seen the judge 3 times in a year over marijuana that got life over marijuana. And Trump pardoned him and got him out.
Yeah, it can happen. He pardoned a bunch of people. I can't remember what year it was when he was in, but C's case couldn't be picked up one of them because just to how the nature of how they got things set up out there, which I agree with you. I don't think it's fair. Not in the
somebody's getting some money for the fact that he's in there. Somebody's getting some money from that.
It's a prison. They get money just for every inmate. They make it's a big business. They're making a
yeah, but for some reason, fuck all the rest of the prisoners. I'm talking about for some reason, somebody's getting some big money. The fact of he's in there.
Yeah, they could be just to hold him there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they could be.
Master P ain't gave up enough, and that's what it is. And Master P feel like he shouldn't have to because he didn't work hard for that money. Which is, I know he loved his brother and all that, but still in all, them people, there's something going on behind that.
Yeah, there's definitely more to it, man.
Kim Kardashian can't get you out. All that ass, you can't get. She can't get you out. Something's going on.
Well, I don't think she actually tried. I think she
tried
a lot of
She tried. It was an uphill battle.
Yeah, she did work on the case, and I don't think that. Well, we don't know what she got up to in the office, I guess, but
If it's
I
too
don't.
hard, that's the only time people are gonna give up on something. If it's too hard, you feel me? If it's too much of an incline to help someone, it's something
Yeah, I
going
don't
on
think.
behind that.
Think she, I personally think she just stopped because there was a backlash. Because when she announced it, people were saying, the victim's
It was
family and
bad for her
everything
publicity. It was
forward.
bad for her.
They were saying, how are you trying to get, work with this? Yeah, basically, I think that personally was what kind of derailed it. Maybe she could have done some stuff on that.
It is, because the reason why she's trying so hard because it's an unjust. It is, it's an unjust.
Yeah,
It is.
yeah, it is,
Real
man.
talk.
Well,
So
we definitely
it
want
is
to
what it
say
is, bro.
thoughts and prayers up, man. Is what we say to the fans, man. Just keep guys in your best wishes. Domestically, internationally, regionally, locally, however which way. We want to see peace for all beings on earth in better conditions. And if you're part of that, then that's all to the good too, man.
Right,
Floss,
man.
you're celebrating the birthday, man. Any plans?
Staying alive. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on my book in California, and just just stick it to the basics. I think me and Bam about to do a new record. Shout out to
Yeah,
Dusty
big up
Vision.
Bambino, man. And yeah,
Yeah, shout
Dusty.
out to Bam. Shout out to Alonzo and All Viral Access, Gene Deal,
Reggie
Reggie
Wright,
Wright,
Lil Easy
mm-hmm,
E.
Lil Easy. Shout out to Lil Easy
Mella.
E. He's about to be out here too in Havasu, I think on the 23rd. I'm gonna go up there, go see him and holler at him. So shout out to Easy E, Lil Easy and shit, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So yeah, we're gonna wind down, man. Get things cracking this week. We're at
Mm-hmm.
midway through, March already.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like things
Pisces
are gonna
season.
fly, but it's definitely dope to be back in the swing and stuff. We definitely want to say, you guys stay tuned in. Big ups to Mixer Reviews, also who's our co-curator and handling a lot of business on BoutOnline.com. So big up to Mixer Reviews also. Your boy finds a neutron, Floss Mode, the
Yes, sir.
boss.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Peace out to everybody, man. Y'all start the loving and stop the hating. Let's get it.
No doubt, man. All right, we out. Peace. Wow.
Mm.